What value have you built?
Even if you go out and get service yourself, you don't feel trust.
You wouldn't need another quote.
But I wanted to get into working for myself.
Get in and fix the issue, right?
In 2025, probably, it's not going to work.
It has to come from within, right? Yeah, that belief system.
Yeah. You don't have to go to the most richest neighborhood to get the best customers.
You got to understand that you are selling a service. You're not...
They wouldn't have understood.
Kumail.
Hello?
Over the phone quotes, yes or no?
No.
No?
Yep.
Okay, why is that?
Over the phone, you can't show the value that you're going to bring to the customer. So over the phone, you can only say so much, but if you're not there in front of them, you cannot see what else needs to be done.
Yep.
You cannot give them an accurate quote. You cannot tell them. You're only limited to so much, but if you're seeing the job in person, you can go through it from start to finish.
Over the
100%.
phone, you're giving a price, you're not selling a service, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on people that do give over the phone? Because so many people are like, oh, no, if they don't want it, if they don't like my price, that's it. I'm not going there. Like, what do you think about those people in the industry?
Yeah, forget it.
Forget it. Yeah, they're not doing right by the customer or themselves. The way I look at it, because in order to sell a service, you got to earn the right to present the price. So if you're just going there and saying, oh, it's, a few $100s for this ceiling fan or to put this light up, what value have you built?
None.
It's like, imagine going to a mechanic, right? And them not looking under your bonnet and being like, yeah, it's going to cost $3,500 to fix. It's the turbo. It's like...
You don't, even if you go out and get service yourself, you don't feel trust. Yeah. So you cannot connect with them when you're doing it over the phone. Exactly.
So what do people do? So over the phone, do you agree? If you're quoting over the phone right now currently, that stops today. What do you say? How should you be running a service call?
Good one. So the service call probably starts before you even reach the customer's house.
Yep.
From the moment they call, you need to answer phone and you need to be smiling over the phone.
Yeah.
When you are picking up those calls too.
So can they hear your smile through the phone?
100%.
100%.
Yes. So you want to show that excitement. Thank you for giving us a call.
Yep.
And you say hello. You call in the business and you're telling them how can we help you. You're getting a bit more information from them.
Yep.
You're booking a time. And usually it takes around 4 to 5 minutes to get that one booked in.
Yeah.
Even over the call, you're looking over some certain buzzwords that are coming through.
Oh, what are these buzzwords? I want to hear this.
Well, you're looking over, we're looking to get a price.
Yes.
Or you can sort of see where the customer is, if they're a P1 or a P4.
Yeah.
Within that call.
What do you mean by P4? Is that priority?
Priority 1, priority 4.
Yeah.
So priority 1s are, no power.
Yep.
Customers, urgent ones. And you want to get there as soon as possible. And if that means driving across town,
yep,
you want to get there as soon as possible.
Yep.
P2s are customers that already know what they want. They are, hey, I want to get a fan put in. Need to get some lights done.
Yep.
P3s, not too sure.
Yeah.
Hey, aircon's not working.
Yes.
We don't know what's wrong with it. Is it a service or is it a new install?
Yes.
So they don't really know what they want. And also if they are like, hey, we're just looking to get a price. Then P4s are people are not your target market.
Yeah.
So
they're the ones with all the buzzwords with how much is it going to be? I'm just shopping around. Are they the sort of buzzwords you're like, oh, how much? It's like, even you got people that are like price shopping so much and they answer the phone with how much? Yeah. It's just like, what? It's just like, because they've called that many Sparkies that they don't even want to repeat themselves. So they just go, how much? And this is the thing. If you're giving over the phone quotes, you're doing the wrong thing by the industry, actually, because you're giving someone, first of all, you're not doing the right thing by the customer, first and foremost, because how much to supply a ceiling fan? Well, what ceiling fan do they want? Are you just going to assume they want the cheapest one? Maybe they want, an architectural one. Maybe they want a large one. Maybe they want a smaller one. Maybe they want a DC, AC fan. What do they want? And you got to see what they actually want. You can't just be like, oh, cheap.
Yeah. So again, when you go there, you can make out what type of home it is.
Yep.
Are they looking for an economical option?
Yep.
Or are they looking for something a bit more premium? When you're there, you can present the options. If the ceiling's a little low, you might want to go for a hugger type fan, which sits a little bit closer to the ceiling, the customer doesn't know those things.
Yes.
And you kind of have to let them make them aware
Yep.
as to, okay, this is what's there. But say it's a kitchen and they have some brown cabinets back there. You might say, hey, you know what would be good? Maybe something to consider is getting the same blade fan as the cabinets. So if they've got brown cabinets, maybe go with a brown blade fan.
Can't do that over the phone.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. And that's the thing. And that's when you get all those tire kickers and price shoppers and all of that over the phone. And then they are then hell-bent on that price. So if you're giving up over the phone price, which is the wrong thing to do, never give over the phone prices. That is how you're going to get people price shopping, tire kickers, and encouraging poor customer behavior.
It overwhelms the customer. When they're getting 10 quotes, the customer doesn't know what they want anymore.
Yeah.
Compared to 3. 3 is a good number. I think people are allowed to do their due diligence, allowed to say no, allowed to go with you.
Hey Sparky, I did my first $1 million at 25 years old and had a true turnkey operation which runs without me. I still own and operate it today. Why? Because it's a money-making machine and it provides fantastic cash flow, right? And my team quote, sell and complete all the works, and I spend my time helping other electricians grow and scale their electrical business the same way. Now, I'm not in Dubai, I'm not in Monte Carlo, I'm not in the Bahamas living large or anything like that. This is not a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. This is for Sparkies that are business owners that are looking to get more than the typical $110 an hour and implement our proven model of make upwards of $2.5K per day per truck. So if you want to get more out of your electrical business and scale, download our free information pack and we'll be happy to help out. Cheers.
I think 3 is a good number. It's fair. I think when it's like when
How important is it to actually close them on the spot though?
Yes. Yeah. So that again takes a lot of anxiety out of the customer once they're done.
Yep.
And they have made their decision. And you know, when you do that, yeah, it's done and dusted and it's peace of mind. They don't have to allocate more time to get another guy in to go through that entire process. It's done.
Yep.
And you know, you can build that the trust with the customer, and their anxiety levels kind of drop.
Absolutely.
Pretty much after they go and after they make a decision.
Well, customers do have high anxiety levels, and I think that is brought by electricians not knowing their numbers and there being such an inconsistency in the market. Like you've done a ride along with my company, you've done a ride along with a plumbing company as well, and the plumbers are a lot more consistent with their pricing. Electricians, it fluctuates a lot, and it encourages poor customer service and bad customer behavior when people are doing over the phone quotes, people aren't pricing correctly, and they're not giving options to the customer. So that's where all of that comes from, because it's just like the industry is so weak that people feel like they actually have to get 3 quotes always. Yeah, that's the thing. But if there's someone that's showing up on time, provides option, well, why would they need another quote? Like you wouldn't need another quote, right? So that's what I'm very big on. But in terms of, you know, closing the customer on the spot, like why do you find that to be important? And it sounds weird because people might be listening and go, oh, close on the spot. But you mentioned they've got anxiety levels. So is it up to us to ease their anxiety levels?
100%. If you can, again, build that trust with them, you come across as you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you give them all the information they need.
Yeah.
So that comes into the first 2 steps, which is connecting with your customer and knowing your customer. Again, discs as well, D, I, C, and S.
Yep.
And then you build out those options according to their personality type as well.
What disc profile are you?
C.
C. You're a C type, right?
Yeah. Well, Mosey says it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that Mosey say?
He goes like, okay, but as an operator, you cannot really conform to those. So you need to be who your business needs to be in.
Yeah.
So if you're a C, maybe you need to take up a D role or an I role.
That's right.
You cannot conform to that. But discs are good to, like when you're in a group of people, you kind of know how they act up when they're in a public environment or in a private environment.
That's right. That's right.
So know your customer, then you run your sale.
Yep.
After you find out, okay,
what they're motivated by.
What are they motivated by? You get the options out. But again, knowing when you're connecting with the customers too, you're looking over their place and you're finding things out about, oh, nice garden. Do you like to garden? Or 1, 2, 3, 3 open-ended questions as well. Yeah. In that.
Because too many people are just like think they're in technician mindset, which is get in and fix the issue. And they've built no value with the customer. Like, even if we know, because there's a thing called buyer's remorse as well, which is when, you know what the issue is, so you can fix it in 5 minutes, and then you might want to give them a diagnostic charge of $500. I was like, but you're here for 5 minutes. Well, you built up no value. You know what I mean? You just went, bam, it's an RCBO replacement. Do a proper diagnostic, get the mega out, check it, check everything. Is it something, could it be something else down the line? Do a safety health check, of the property, build, is that what you're saying as well? Build value before presenting?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're doing, you're going over to the switchboard, you're looking behind the panel, you're seeing where the cables are.
Yeah.
You're seeing if they're, sometimes on those panels, their Sparkies are just screwed. And they've just gone straight through the hinge panel.
Yep.
And there's nothing actually protecting the cable back there. So when they close that hinge panel,
it's going to cut the cable.
It's going to cut the cable. So no one's taking those safety measures and to look behind the panel, see what's going on, see the mess back there. And the panel's probably not been opened or cleaned for 20 odd years or so.
Yep.
And there's dust, debris built up, and you're showing the customer that, and look, if we were to do this board, everything's going to be neatly tidied, clipped up properly, coming into the board, and pretty much you're going through the entire service with them, making them imagine the board when it's completed.
Absolutely. Sell them the outcome.
Yeah.
Because too many people get caught in the, but 0.3 of a milliamp and this and that. It's like, and especially if you're a D-type customer, like a D-type customer is not going to care about safety and compliance, right? I'm a high D-type personality. So I'm like, hey, you're going to have the best switchboard in town. That'll get me. I want the best. I'm the easiest person to upsell to. I'm the worst with that stuff because it's just like, well, like that. I remember pretty early on, I bought a jet ski. This would have been probably 6 years ago. And I was like, my mates had the non-supercharged, and then I went to the shop at Yamaha and they were like, hey, but then you can have the supercharged one for like $3,000 more. You get the GB 1800 and you're going to beat all your mates on the... I was just like... Yep, sold, And that's the thing. But if he said to me, I can't remember if I was an apprentice or maybe an early business owner then when I had that jet ski. Jet ski is one of those things that you buy it, you use it like a few times, and then after that, you don't use it again. But provide the options. Like, don't assume that I don't want the supercharge option. You know what? If he didn't present that option, I probably just would have went for the normal one. But then there was a supercharge. Yes, I want the supercharge. I do want that extra kick. So, and that's the same with your switchboards. Do you like surge protection? That's an extra peace of mind. And if they don't go ahead, you can downsell that. As we discussed, we can add this at a later date. No pressure tactics, but that's all it is. And I think people, where do you find people go wrong in sales? Because people will be listening to this, right? What are your thoughts? $110 an hour, but I've tried charging more, but I can't get charged more than $110 an hour. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, 110 probably just wouldn't cut it because you don't know the cost of being in business.
Yeah.
Overheads are high.
How would we increase it to 120?
How do you increase it to 120 an hour?
Yeah.
Increase from 110 to 120. Oh, it just feels like it. Yeah. Okay, I just feel like charging 120 today.
Yeah, it's 120.
It's a 120 kind of day.
Yeah.
If
Would that cover cost?
No. Yeah. So 120 is not enough to 110 to 120. No.
Why? Because a lot of people listening in will be like, nah, but you can't charge more.
Yeah. The way I used to do quotes was, okay, they want some downlights. Let's get out the costing. Look at the wholesalers. Look at what they're pricing at. See how much it's going to cost. 80 an hour is all right. Okay. And then you look at the end figure at the end. Oh, that's a bit too much. Let's cut it. Couple hundred.
Because it looks like a lot of money, right? It looks like a lot.
Yeah.
So you were discounting yourself before the customer even asked for a discount. Is that right?
What looks right.
Yeah, what looks right.
What looks right. And then I was like, okay, this seems all right.
I feel
it
looks right.
Yeah. So yeah, you cannot present the price to the customer until you know your customer, I feel. Yeah. That's probably that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think people listening in, they're very much on, you've got to know your numbers, right? And 120 will not cover the cost of running a good service business at all. Well, at all. Like, you're better off on wages at 120 an hour. Like, that's just the truth behind it, because there's a lot of inefficiency. How does, like, prior to what made you come to us here at Figure Sparky?
End of Feb.
End of Feb, you came to us?
Start of March, yeah.
Start of March. And what made you sort of come to us?
Oh, good one. we like I had a good summer.
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of aircon jobs.
A lot of aircon jobs in summer, yeah. And you know, I built up a lot of momentum. And prior to that, when I started off, maybe 2 years, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just pretty much trying to like swap my wage with my business earnings. So that's what I was trying to do. So if it was $230 a day, that's all I wanted to make a day. But I wanted to get into working for myself.
I want to hold you on that for a second because I like that. A lot of Sparkies, when they start a business, they've got the mindset of, well, if I made more, like if I'm making more right now or the same, or as if I was working for someone, I'd be better off working for myself. So I'm going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Right? I want to hear your thoughts, but I just want to share my thoughts first on that. You're comparing yourself to the wrong people. Now that you're in business, you cannot be comparing yourself to someone that's on a wage.
No.
Now you got to compete with people that are actually in business. That is like saying, oh, but I'll be better off still working for myself because, you know, I've got the freedom or I've got this because I'm making more the same or a little bit more than if I was to be working for someone. Well, it's like saying I won a running race against someone with no legs. It's not comparable. Like it's not comparable at all. What are your thoughts on that?
So
And that sounded pretty brutal, but it's just the truth. Like, why is a business owner comparing their wage to somebody that's actually an employee working for someone?
Basically going from working for someone
Yep.
to starting your own business, and you're trying to swap that.
Yes.
That's it. It wouldn't work because, look, the thing is the cost to do business.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite high. And if you're just trying to do that in 2025, probably it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes on, which is missed if you're just looking at it from the outside perspective.
Yeah.
It's sort of like if you go into like a Krispy Kreme shop and you see a $4.50 donut, but then that's covering costs
Yeah.
for the building, for the staff behind the counter. They're super.
Yes. Yeah.
The tax.
But I think people actually understand you got direct costs and then you've got, you know, your operating expenses as well, right? You know, your gross profit and your net profit. And your direct cost is not direct cost and profit. There's more that goes into it. You know, like even when we showcase charge out rates, very big on, well, you got to include in your charge out rate your truck inventory. Well, do you not everything that you need to run the business needs to be part of your charge out rate. You should never be losing. You should never be running at a loss. So if you've got inventory in your vehicle right now, that needs to be charged out. But I charge it out when I use it. Well, do you need it to get from job to job? Yes. Well, you should be charging out as your base rate forever, always. Like if you need that inventory as part of your charge out, then you got to include it. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, everything, like you have to be in business to make money, not a loss.
Not a loss.
Pretty much, yeah. You have to sell it for more than you get it. You got to sell it for more than you buy it for.
Beautiful.
Much, yeah.
Yeah, so like when people are charging, you know, when they're saying, but I can't charge more than let's say for instance, $800 for a switchboard. For a 12 pole, let's say 12 pole enclosure, they go, I've tried charging more than $800. It doesn't work. Do you think that's a pricing issue? Do you think it's a sales issue? Or do you think it's a marketing issue?
Belief.
A belief?
A belief issue?
Yeah. Mindset.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, when you do sit down and work out that hourly rate,
Yep.
you look over the P&L, you're looking over all your expenses, and then you're coming down to also, okay, these are so many hours in a year.
Yep.
You as a director need to take time off as well.
Yes.
Your employees are going to take time off. So there's leave in there, there's sick leave. And then you look at the hours you can actually charge out for. And when you come out to that end result, that's what you need to be charging at.
Yeah.
You cannot just say, okay, we're going to do this and let's just everyone go ahead and do it. I think everyone needs to do a little bit of work and find what it's actually costing.
Yeah, absolutely. So know your numbers. And
I feel a lot like as an owner, I feel a lot more confident when I do present a price to the customer when I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
So would you say you're more confident now since doing our program or before?
Now.
Yeah.
Because you can see things through, and when there's data in front of you, you're like, oh, okay. Otherwise, it's just like, when you don't know something, it's just anxiety, and because you just don't know. Like, you just don't know what's coming next.
Yeah.
But when there's systems, there's data, and then you're making decisions, it feels a lot less stressful.
Absolutely. I think know your numbers first, because I love that you said it's a mindset. Because for most people, I think they will go in one ear at the other. People that have done our program know it's a mindset. There is a mindset training there, because if you don't believe in your price and you're going off, I feel like that's a lot of money. I can't charge that. If your RAS is programmed as I can't charge that, you're not going to be able to charge that.
Yeah.
Right. You got to program your RAS and be like, no, I am there to like, people like say, but how can you charge it? Like, that's such a ripoff. It's like, bro, you don't know your numbers. That's why you're saying that. Like, and it's so crazy. The people that know the least about business normally are the most vocal. It's crazy. It is a belief. I 100% agree. It's a mindset thing. So would you say fix your mindset first, then do your pricing, then do the sales, and then do marketing, and then do scaling? Is that the 5?
Yeah, I think, you cannot skip steps.
Cannot skip steps.
Cannot just go straight to marketing because
every single person that is listening to this is now turned off. No, I just need more leads. What?
Yeah, no, it's not going to help at all. Like, you cannot get on Google if you don't know how to run systems, if you don't know what comes before going out to a call. Yeah, you're just going to be putting money down the drain.
Yep.
It's like, do you invest with the marketing company or do you invest with a mentor?
Yeah. I'll get you to answer that question. What do you think?
Mentor. 100%.
Mentor.
I think when I got my contractor's license, I asked the TAFE teacher who signed me off. I'm like, okay, are there any mentors in the industry that I could go to? And at the time, it was 2022, no one. And even there were people online, I just did not resonate with their marketing. I just didn't feel like, oh, this guy's probably not for me. But then...
You being a C-type, how did you come across my marketing? Weren't you scared when you're like, what? This guy's like intense as?
Well, when we jumped on a call, we figured it out. Like, I figured it out for myself. I'm like, I'm going to make it hard.
Yeah.
I did make it hard on the call. I'm like, okay, Spyro, let's see. How hard can you sell?
Let's see how hard I can sell. So you're putting me through the ringer.
Yeah, but I was just like putting curveball after curveball. And like, no, it was like, I think one of the biggest things I wanted to do, can I improve my quoting?
Yeah.
Because I was sick of it. I was just like, okay, this is not working. And I think I was also at a pain point where I didn't want to lose the momentum I created.
Yes.
When you've already stretched that rubber band so much and you are trying to pretty much break free from that.
Yes.
And I was too scared to go back down again.
Yeah.
I wanted to go.
The fear of failure.
Yeah. I wanted to keep pushing.
Love that.
So that's why I was like, okay, how do I know he's the real deal? How do I know this? So then we jumped on the call and I was like, I wanted to only get one thing out of that. Can I improve my quoting or can I send a quote out today? And you're like, yes, absolutely. A better quote. I absorbed that information probably the one weekend, which was a good part because you don't want to be doing it over 6 months or a long time. You want to take what you learn and apply it straight away. And came Monday, I went out, walked through the systems, connect, know your customer, run the sale, close the job, objection handle, make a lifetime customer out of it. So did that, won the job, called you back.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, this works. Okay. It was as simple as that. Yeah. It was just,
That's so funny. I love that. I love that story. So you implemented it like over a week. Yeah, you would have just crushed through the program and you implemented, was it over a weekend you said?
Yeah, absorbed it in a weekend and then came Monday, I was pretty much...
A lot of Red Bulls.
A lot of Red Bulls. A lot of monsters, a lot of Red Bulls. But now I'm starting to taper that back down. No more energy drinks, probably.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
Not good for you.
No good. Yeah, I'm a big coffee drinker. Probably a bit too much, but
coffee is fine. But I think the energy drinks are just horrible. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I probably only have Red Bull when it's mixed with vodka on a night out. That's another story. In terms of, because we're very big at 7 Figure Sparky of the make upwards of 2.5K per day per truck. Is that realistic or is it not realistic?
Yeah, 100% you can do it.
Yeah. So I know there's going to be people listening saying it's not possible. What would you say to those people?
Believe.
Yeah. So they go, well, we're doing something different that they're not. The 7 Figure Sparky members.
I think there's a lot of limiting beliefs with people.
Yeah.
And you got to break through. It could be family. It could be the way things were previous. You just didn't know about it. But yeah, I think you just got to break free of that and then just implement, take action. And then just go for it. It
has to come from within, right? Yeah, that belief system. Because that's the thing. We can. That's the thing. Because a lot of people are like, oh, but this and that, and might hear excuses. But I love that you said that. It has to come from within. You know what I mean? Because that is why you've had the success that you've had, right? And you're looking to what are you looking to scale to now?
Right now, probably the goal is to probably get another truck. Nice. So that'll be 3.
3 trucks.
and pretty much run a very nice tight operation.
Yeah.
And actually just get away from actually doing it.
The day to day.
And yeah, probably focus more on growing the business, because it's 2 separate things. Like the day to day right now, it probably looks like, yeah, you're doing CSR, you're doing your jobs, you're doing the sales, you're ordering the materials, you're coming back and you're putting systems in place. It's pretty full on. But you got to also learn to love it too in the process, because you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be like 50.
Yeah, it goes quick. It goes
quick. Like I think I turned 26 on last weekend, and I'm like, damn, it's been.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. It's been like 10 years since graduation.
Wow.
And that's like,
Time flies, right?
It goes fast, yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's like it's actually gradually, then suddenly, you're maybe 10 years has gone on, or like that's why I'm so big and passionate about wake up, Sparkies. Like it is like it's time now to sort of, implement the right strategies in your business, because you can go, oh, I'll do it after Easter, I'll do it after Thanksgiving, I'll do it after Joe's birthday, I'll do it after Christmas, I'll do it after the New Year and all this stuff. But winners are winning on January 1st. You know what I mean? They already know what they're doing and they're ready to crush.
Looking at your services as a 5-star service.
Yeah.
So nothing below that. And then that's pretty much.
And understand you are selling a service. You got to understand that you are selling a service, right? Like you're not, people are like, they've called you out there for a service. So it's up to you to provide that service to the customer, right? You're not tendering to do a day's work at their house. You know what I mean? It's not a tender package. You're supplying a service. This is the quote. That's what it is, right? And
communication is good. Like you need to be able to communicate with your customers.
Absolutely. I'm sick of hearing people say, "Oh, but it's not the customer. It's you."
Yeah.
Is that it? Like look in the mirror. If other people are converting at higher prices, why can't you?
You got to say, yeah, some customers are a little harder.
Yep.
To convert, but again, like it's up to you to take control of that sale.
Yes.
And really put it into perspective that yes, it's Raz.
Raz, yeah.
You make sure the whole time you have that in the back of your head that you are there to provide the best service you can.
Yeah.
And I think you just have to stick by that, and I think there's no hard customers.
Don't blame the nationality.
Yeah.
Don't blame the area. Don't blame the house. I've said this before. Hoarders are the best customers.
Yeah. You don't have to go to the most richest neighborhood to get the best customers.
Yeah.
Everyone has some sort of thing they need.
Yes.
And you just have to make sure you're there to provide them with that service.
You got to shop on time, run through the options, and you're 90% there already. Show that value, them say yes, and let's go. And then, of course, objection handle if need. But I think too many people are focused on objection handling, but a lot of the time, objection handling comes from an upstream, from an upstream issue, from not future pacing what the objection may be, right? So, little things you can throw in. It's like, oh, so when were you looking at getting this done? Was it today? Or was it a next week sort of thing? Future pacing, build that urgency. I won't make it a sales coaching call now, but anyway. Also, you've come from Brisbane to Sydney today for the Service Tie event. Yeah. Who are you most looking forward to listening to, seeing? What are you hoping to get out of the event?
Tom and Tommy.
Tommy Mallow? Yeah.
And probably Ellen too, yeah.
Ellen Raw, yeah.
I've seen all their stuff, huge fan, and kind of what they have done with their time in the industry, and it's pretty cool.
But you know what's interesting? I am 100% agreement with you, but they're from America. So how come most people, and you're in Australia, right? And you're in Brisbane.
Yep.
So a lot of people are probably thinking it's not relatable because they're in America. What do you have to say about that? Is that a belief thing?
Yeah, probably.
It's a belief thing,
I don't think they know them. They wouldn't have understood what they do. So I think, once you do know what they do, then all makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I will say this, Tommy Mello and Tom Howard both have companies in Australia, in your market right now, which I won't mention which companies on this podcast, but they're in America and they've got more trucks than you right now in Australia. Put it that way, right? And they're probably going to be talking about it at the Service Time event. So they've got companies in multiple states in the States, in the USA, right? Multiple states in the States. That does make sense. And then they've also got company that do home service, that's plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services in Australia, maybe in multiple states in Australia as well. So They're absolute beasts of the industry and they're killing it. So I'm super pumped. I love the networking aspect of these events as well, because you're in a room full of people that actually want more and don't want to be bottom feeders, which is fantastic. A lot of people, you know, for the people listening in, they might be like, but how can you, like, the event costs, is that $1,000 for the day, right?
Yeah.
$1,000 for the day, right? It's a one day event, it's $1,000. People might be like, but how can you afford to take off a day's worth of work and pay for that? Like, they're struggling to see the ROI. How do you help that mindset? This is not my event, by the way. So this is a Service Titan event. I'll be there, of course. But how do you help people with that mindset or that ROI mindset? Because too many contractors are stuck in employee mindset. Oh, no. And they can't see the benefit and the ROI.
With like uni students, they invest into their education, and that's how they get those jobs, you know?
Yep.
Think like Australians, we have not invested in our education.
Yes.
And you need to start looking at probably investing in your education moving forward. Or further skills and making sure that you're constantly learning.
I love that.
And you can always, it's not going to the event and seeing $1,000. If you take 1 or 2 points out of that event, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference. Even just 1 point.
Absolutely. Yeah. But being in a room full of those people as well, that makes you want to crush, right? I love that you say that. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you surround yourself with like-minded people. And you also mentioned that in us as tradies, like people at university, they invest in their education first, then they go out and get that high-paying job, right?
Yeah.
Now, with the trades, this is what I like to say to people. If you didn't do your apprenticeship, would you know how to do electrical? No. You're shaking your head, so maybe the listeners wouldn't be able to hear what you said. But you said,
No. You probably wouldn't know electrical,
You wouldn't know electrical, right? Okay. If you don't learn business, how are you going to learn business? It's one of those things. How are you going to learn how to close customers? How are you going to learn how to price appropriately? How are you going to learn to scale and have a turnkey operation and have a business that runs without you? You won't be able to do that unless invest some money into education, right? So, and there's a lot of people probably looking at like stuff like those contractor groups and forums online. But the thing with that is you're getting a cesspool full of people that are potentially saying the wrong thing. That's what I find. Are you part of any of those electricians?
No.
Forums? No? Yeah. You're just getting a lot of people saying, oh, no, 120 an hour is good if you charge more. Like that's the chat in the industry. And it's so embarrassing because when you speak to plumbers and stuff like that, they're all looking to grow as an industry. They're looking to make more and be better, right? But it looks like the industry is changing a lot right now, which I'm super excited about because electricians are on the front foot. They are waking up, learn exactly how to price appropriately, understand that your billable hours isn't going to be 80%. And people are going to say, oh, but I do construction. Okay, even with construction, Ellen mentioned it on the pod. I don't know if you listened to the podcast, but you got to find, you're working for people that are dumber than you. That's what she said. Absolutely bang on. If you're going to work in construction, you got to find builders that are incredibly smart, incredibly structured, incredibly efficient, and they care about your bill out time as well.
100%.
It's got to go both ways.
Yeah.
That's like a needle in a haystack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if you are working in construction, be very mindful which builders you're working for. Make sure that there are systems in place and make sure you can hold them accountable and have it in the contract that if they don't meet their end of the bargain, then there's mutual respect there that they have to, they've got to compensate for your time. That's got to be there. Then we'll do our bit. Will you do your bit? It's a two-way street, right? But that's why we do service, because you can't beat the 2.5K per day per truck model, right?
No, it's good. It's a good product at the end of the day. Like you can service your customers better.
Yep.
You can do better for yourself.
Yep.
And overall, like you can probably sleep better at night.
Yeah.
know you're doing the right things.
Absolutely. You're providing for your family, doing the right things. Absolutely love that. Well, Kumail, before we get off the call, the pod, I should say, the call, was there anything that, if you had a microphone to share to any Sparkies, anything that you would want to get a message out to all Sparkies?
Yeah, just break those limiting beliefs. Go after, I guess, what you really feel is right. Say no to dodgy work, and just get better as one, I guess. Yeah.
Love that. And that's a wrap.